Hello students, good evening. Myself Abhay Kumar Sharma. I welcome you all in your next class, that is in plus 2. So first of all, I would like to congratulate you all that you all have passed with good marks in plus 1 class. So before starting our subject of biology, first of all I would like to discuss or want to go through with the syllabus of biology. So here in this subject we have theory as well as practical. So in the final exam, theory would be of 70 marks and practical 25 marks, and with the internal assessment of 5 marks, total 100 marks. So here in biology we have 5 units. First, reproduction. From reproduction unit, in final exam question will be of 14 marks, including 1 mark, 2 mark or other. In second unit, genetics and evolution, this unit consists of 18 marks. In third, biology and human welfare, 14. Biotechnology and its applications, 10. And last, that is fifth unit of biology, is ecology and environment. This would be of 14 marks, total 70 marks. So here in first unit, reproduction, again having sub divided into 4 chapter. Chapter 1 is reproduction in organism. In this chapter we will discuss about the various type and mode of reproduction, that is sexual and asexual, and their types, and in what way they divided, parents divided into daughter cells. So we will see both in animals as well as plants what type of reproductions take place within these type of organisms. In chapter 2, that is sexual reproduction in flowering plant, here we only discuss about the plants, in what way plant reproduce and what are the different events included in the reproduction of plants, and what is the significance of reproduction and their importance. In chapter 3, this chapter is of human reproduction. In this chapter we will discuss about the human reproductive systems, what type of tissues and what type of cells are responsible for the formation of gametes, and how the process of gametogenesis and spermatogenesis or oogenesis takes place. Spermatogenesis in males and oogenesis in females, and their reproductive parts, that is testes in males and ovary in females, how these gametes get flourished into a full organism, and what type of events like their fertilization, embryo development, blastocyst formation, implantation, pregnancy, placenta formation. These are all the steps or events when reproduction take place within humans, or these steps mainly occur within the female, because female parent is responsible for the whole growth of the organisms during their pregnancy period. And last one is the lactation, that is the of a feeding process, how milk is produced within the female mammary glands, and how it is important and how it is useful for the newborn or infant baby. Next is the fourth chapter, that is reproductive health. Before while if we know about the reproduction, and this chapter is also has have of great importance, because this chapter tell us about the what are the preventive measures we have to take while doing our intercourse, or at the time of adolescent or puberty. So this is one of the important chapter that is related toward the health. If the health is good, then all is good. So this is one is the most important chapter. And in the second unit, that is genetics and evolution. Genetics, you know very well, I think most of you, mainly the study of genes and how changes are occurring within the genes, and these number of changes make a organism evolved, and how this evolution occurs. So all these topics, and we will discuss in first chapter, that is first chapter of unit second, that is heredity and variation. Heredity, that is transfer of characters from the parents to the offspring, and while transferring, what type of changes occurring within the genes, that is variation. Then second next chapter is chapter 6, molecular basis of inheritance. Inheritance, again, inheritance means passing or transfer of character from parents to the offspring, and what are their molecular basis, that is what molecule are responsible and what molecule are get inherited from parents to the offspring. We will see about the mainly we will discuss about the nucleic acids in this chapter. And seventh one is the evolution. Obvious, I already told you कि after generation some variations are occurring within the genetic material, or after number of generations, when these all variations get add up and give a big change within the organism. So that type of change is called evolution. And in the third unit, that is biology and human welfare, again this unit has three sub chapters, that is each chapter number 8, human health and diseases. What type of diseases are occurring within the human beings, and what are their causative agents, like we will discuss about bacteria, fungi, protozoans, helminths, how they are entered, and how they reach at the site of infection, and in what way they affect a particular organism, a particular organ. So this chapter will tell us about the different type of mode of diseases, and how we get cure it. Then chapter number 9, strategy of for enhancement in food production. Obvious, we know survival of every living being or organism is possible only if the availability of food is sufficient. So in this chapter deals with the different strategies how to improve our food production. So we will discuss about various tissue culturing techniques, plant breeding, biofortification, apiculture, animal husbandry. So all these are the branches of food enhancement. All these branches are working on how to enhance food production. Then microbes in human welfare. As we know, some micro, that is mainly this is dealing with somewhat with microbiology, that is the study of microorganisms, small microns or microscopic, that are responsible for human welfare. In what ways they help humans, we will discuss about different uh, uh, processes, how these microbes are significant in human welfare. Last unit is the biotechnology and its application. Biotechnology, that is different type of technologies we are applying these days to enhance the genomic uh, set, or to change the genomic sequence of different organisms in different ways as per our desire. So, and what are the different principles? That is genetic engineering, that is manipulation of genes. So, and application where where we apply this type of technologies or engineering within the genes. And then fifth unit is of ecology and environment. Ecology again consists of two type of component, biotic and abiotic, and what type of interaction within these components are occurring within the environment, and how they affect population, in what ways they are useful, and how they keep our environment sustainable. So all these type of discussions and topics we will cover in this unit. First is the organism and population. What type of organisms are living within a particular environment, and what type of population do they have, and that population have what type of interactions with other biotic and non-biotic components. And then ecosystems, what are how these ecosystems are sustained, and how different type of cycling of different type of nutrients within the or component within the environment are involving, and how they are running. And in 15 chapter, biodiversity and conservation. Bio means living, diversity means variety. So we all know very well about this. Many more species of living beings are occurring within earth, or so it's our main duty to keep them preserved or conserved, either through by in situ or ex situ conservation. So make record of all these organisms with particular terms and conditions. Last one is the environmental issue, that is the most current and most important topic over which we have to put our attention, because nowadays environmental pollution has been rises to a very high level. So that will be a alarming stage for human being as well as for all organisms. So if we will not do any kind of action, or if we will not think about these issues, it will be a problematic for all. So in this chapter we will discuss what are the different issues, so that we take care of all these issues and get rid from all these issues. So next is the practical paper. In practicals, this is the we have a list of different practicals. So as per in your practical lecture, we will do these practicals, and this is all about your biology syllabus, and hope you all got and much familiar with all the chapters about your syllabus. And I hope in next lecture we will start our theory with we will start it from unit second, that is genetic and evolutions. Clear? Okay, all the best. Goodbye students.